Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Big Bold You, a show that is designed to inspire everybody out there to play bigger. And I don't know exactly what's happening, Ziggy. I don't know what's happening, but I do know where we are. And where we are is here at On Air Media, having our amazing show where we really do want to help people, just inspire them to play bigger in their life and to be bolder so they can become the best version of themselves. Now, I'm really, really excited because today I've got two great people that are here joining us. Kathy over here, Kathy Kilpatrick, who is, you're going to love her. You're going to love her. She's a hoot. She is so awesome and so fun. But she's kind of trying out for a little as my co-host, because in 2019, we are going to have some amazing additional new guests that come on that are going to be, for lack of better words, Skyping in, but we're going to be having them be really remotely come in. And I have to have a sidekick, right? And Kathy's a pretty darn good sidekick. And we've got Amanda Harrison, who is joining us, and she is going to be really helping us. You know, the topic of our show today is the 5 reasons why managing your business is overwhelming and how to fix it. Now, I know there's more than 5 reasons, believe me. There's many more than 5 reasons, but Amanda's really going to help us with 5 specific reasons and really how we manage it, because that's what she does for a living. She's an online business manager. But everybody knows that before I get started, I want to introduce and I want you to get to know these incredible ladies. So Kathy, share a little bit about who you are, what your business is, and just let everybody know how great you are.
Oh,
she is.
I'll go on.
Keep going.
Keep going. I do Splunkna therapy. It is a way to do therapy where you are stuck in with emotions that can't move you forward. It is based on scripture. It is based on Splunkna means compassion in the ancient Greek. And so what it means is what's in your gut. And sometimes you may not have vocabulary, but if you can do a muscle test, like a chiropractor would do, then we could find out what the emotion is that's blocking you. And the point of this is to restore your gifting, your call, and just get you unstuck to do and be the fabulous person you need to be.
Right. And here's what's really cool is we were talking on the phone and I said, Kathy, first of all, I want to go. I want my husband to go. I want my kids to go. I want everybody to go. Amanda is going to want her husband to go. She's going to want to go, and everybody is. But I said, it would be really cool if you had a video that you could show a little bit about what you do. And she said, okay. And so she's got a video here that we're going to have Ziggy put up, and Kathy's just going to explain and talk over the video of really what's going on.
Okay, so here I'm on the left and the client is on the right. We're on 2 little couches together, knee to knee, and she is doing tapping. Tapping is EMDR, EFT, TFT, lots of tapping. Everyone seems to be the rage lately, but it's been going on for quite a long time. So this person had, and she agreed to be videoed. This is my office. And so she taps different parts of her body. She's working on a trauma. Trauma she's not sure happened because she doesn't even have any memory. So it's really interesting. So you do this tapping, there's the temple, there's your eyes, then upper lip, lower lip. This was developed, 20, 30 years ago. So this collarbone tapping, And it's really exciting to release from your body the things that are causing you trauma that you don't even know about. And she did have trauma. She has not the understanding that it truly did happen, but it doesn't matter because the intention as a child is somebody was trying to hurt you. Mm-hmm. And so if you can't get through life without thinking about this trauma, that's causing you to not be the person you're supposed to be. That causes you to hold back.
Right. So, and what I think is so cool is because you've got this amazing gift. You've got this amazing gift and you're helping people and you've got this business. And we all know to be really at a point that you're able to give back, you've got to be working on your business and not in your business. And that's what I love about Amanda and what she does, because before we get into what you do for a business, which you're going to love because everybody needs this, but just tell people a little bit about you and, are you married, where are you from, and all that kind of great stuff.
Okay, so I'm originally from Texas. Mm-hmm. I just got married about May 2017 to my husband Raj, and I've just been building my business since 2013 from home, helping coaches and professional speakers with online business management so that they don't have to go in and hire an expensive sales and marketing agency.
Right.
I also specialize in Infusionsoft as well, which a lot of people find that very confusing.
Yeah, so they call it Confusionsoft, is what they call it. That's the nickname for it. So you've got all these specialized gifts and talents, but what made you decide, this is something I really want to get into?
Mm-hmm. Well, I've been obsessed with a computer since I was 13. And I was
That's a good thing. That's a good obsession, Amanda. Not everybody should be more obsessed with a computer.
Well, we can
not
call
really.
her.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say not really. We can call people like Amanda. That's right.
But I was sitting there one day and I was like, I know there's something I'm supposed to be doing more with this. And I wanted to help people.
Right.
I had been helping my mom. I've been a caregiver for my mom. She's disabled, so I've been going back and forth to physical therapy with her. And slowly, I was working as a virtual assistant. And then slowly I became certified in online business management, and I got my certification in Infusionsoft, and then things just started happening, one thing after another.
And so, being a caregiver, this is what I want to kind of get into with you, Kathy, too, because being a caregiver, man, that's I want to say it's a rewarding and it's a challenging job all at the same time. And I'm sure that there are a lot of other people out there that they find themselves in that situation where they are helping their family, they're helping a loved one, and to be able to have an income that allows you, a job that allows you to do that, that's phenomenal. So was it one of those things where it was the fact that you were helping your mother that said, okay, look, I've got to do something? Was it out of necessity, or was it kind of simultaneously happening at the same time where you knew, gosh, this is something that I know I've got gifts and I've got talents for, and it just kind of happened?
Yeah, well, I have gifts and talents with it. And I refused to get an actual job because I knew that there was something in this that I could scale and grow.
Right. And it's so important. So let's talk to you, Kathy. So how overwhelming can the ins and outs of business be?
Oh, especially this business that I do. I would love to help everybody.
Right.
And I have to have a few paying clients that will allow me to go work with a family that's living under a bridge. Or I would love to work with veterans. I would love to work with PTSD. I would love to work with people that are stuck.
Right.
Somehow.
How did you get involved in your career?
Oh, well, I'm a business person. I'm marketing. I'm people. I'm relationships. But I had lost my son several years ago, and a friend of mine was doing this therapy, and she said, Kath, I think you're kind of stuck in grief. And it is. When you lose a child, there's nothing like it. But through this, I was able to heal and then skyrocket and say, we have to share this with the rest of the world.
Yeah. And how long did it take you personally to decide, okay, I'm stuck. you went to go get the therapy. From that point to what you're doing now, how long did it take you to go through that process?
Well, this kind of therapy isn't like talk therapy where you just have to do it for a decade, or that's no criticism.
Right.
We need layers of therapy.
Right.
But it was pretty quick because you get to know the truth and you know the lies, and you can say, I don't want that anymore.
Right.
And so I had, less than a year, I was already training.
And because you knew it was
I
so
knew
impactful.
this would help the world.
It was so impactful, and you were like,
Yeah.
I've got to give back.
Yeah.
I've got to give back.
Yeah.
So that's what I think is really cool, is when you find your passion and you find your calling, you just, nothing can really stop you. You just keep going, and you get better and you get better and you get better. But I think when you start a business, and Kathy, you can speak to this some too, but when you start a business and you're the only person, do you have a team of people that help you, or are you basically doing this all on your own?
A team, Staples, my cleaning lady. Kroger will bring you groceries to your car.
Right.
But there are hundreds of Splunk therapists all over the country,
Right.
and in other countries. So there is a mothership,
Right.
and we get together for additional training at least once a year. So there are other practitioners, but you're each an individual shingle.
Right.
You just hang it up.
So I'm going to ask Amanda. So when you meet someone, so you know me, you've met Kathy, and what are some of the top 5 things that you think really puts people as business owners, either they're self-employed or they're entrepreneurs, where they're just they're overwhelmed, and it's like you just laser in and say, okay, look, let's look at these 5 things, and then let's see what happens afterwards when we address them and we fix them. What would you say the top 5 are?
One of them being definitely their business vision might be incomplete. Some business owners I've talked to, they don't have a business plan in
Right.
place before they even start their business. So they're like literally flying by the seat of their pants.
Right. Well, here's one. There you go. Your business vision is incomplete. And, what all needs to be in that business vision?
Yes. So the what, the why you want to be in business in the first place.
Right.
What's your motivation each day? You get up each day. What do you first think about in the morning?
Right.
When you do your business.
You know what I think is interesting is, and Kathy, you talk to us about this. All right, tell us about it. All right. So have you written out your business vision, or do you just get up? Because this is what I find is when a person is so excited and passionate about what they do, they're so clear in their head that they just get up and they hit the ground running, but they haven't written all of the 5 W's, I think is what are why and how and your systems and everything. So does your business do that? Have you done that? Have you stopped and done that?
I have started before I even knew what it was and journaled it.
Right.
And so I don't have a business plan that I can bring to the bank.
Right.
But I do have a vision. I know what it is and I
Right.
know what it isn't. And so, but I am also flexible to say, I'm going to go over there and see how this could help.
Right. So I bet that's exactly, you
Yes.
probably find that a lot. And I think what's really awesome and what's helpful is, and next week our guest is going to be Martha Kroom, and she talks about scaling your business. And I know because I've had conversations with Amanda before, but to really scale your business, you have to have everything in writing.
Right.
And so when you first meet with someone, is that the first place you start?
Yes.
Okay. So your first place you start is let's write a vision. Let's get your mission. Let's answer all those questions. What are some other questions that somebody out there can answer right now for themselves and their businesses?
Basically, do you have inventory of what's working in your business, what's not working?
Right. I know, because it's so funny. I think that probably this will be interesting. Do this. I mean, this is interesting. This will be a great activity for you to do. If you are a business owner, a solo entrepreneur, you're an entrepreneur, you're a self-employed person, start to, as we go through this, even rate yourself, on a scale of 1 to 5. Obviously, if you've got a vision statement and you just love it to death, give yourself a 5. If you're at a place that you have written it down and you've journaled it and you know it, but it's not complete, grade yourself accordingly. All right. Grade. We're not going to tell you what to grade, but this is great information. And I love this kind of conversation right before the new year. So, everybody wants to start off 2019 on the offense. I know that I like to. I'm a big planner. So what would be another thing that you really need, that just gets people overwhelmed, that business owners need to address?
Definitely keeping everything all in one place, such as a project management system.
Right.
So that you task out daily, weekly, quarterly, monthly, exactly what you're doing, so that you're not, like I said, flying by the seat of your pants.
Right.
So not good.
No.
Kathy, are you flying by the seat?
I am flying. I like what you do. You go away with like-minded women. You go to the beach and you bring your book, your journal, and you say, "This is what I'm going to do this year." So it's on the calendar.
Exactly. And
I love that.
what Kathy's talking about is, one of the things that I do, my master's degree is in training and development. So I'm a master planner. I love planning. I'm a planning geek. I get really excited about it. But the cool thing is when you start to plan, you will spend so much time planning, because you understand it's when you do all that planning. Well, obviously you can't do it all. So you have to find people to help you. And the other thing I say is, you also, you have to, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. That's what you have to do. So when you work with somebody and you go through this process, first of all, how long does it take for you to go through the process with somebody? And then number 2, do you give people the option of saying, okay, look, we're going to go into this slowly, or no, you're going to jump right on in the pool with all your clothes on? Because you got somebody like Kathy over here that, it takes a while to transition into operating this way. So how do you handle that?
Okay, so everyone's business is different. Whether they've been in business for 5 years, more than 5 years, what do they have all in place already? I work with clients in a 90-day period, which is what it takes to go through the 12 weeks of setting up processes and systems, their financial, project management.
You can do that, Kathy. You could do it in 90 days. You could do that in 90 days. Yeah, there you go.
This means you.
Yeah. But the great thing is that when you go through this process, because here's the thing also, what in your head, and I know Kathy knows this, in your head, all of your standard operating procedures. I know you know what you do, but it's just not written down or all in one location. And Amanda's actually been helping me in my business get everything in one location, because if you're not tech savvy, you don't have things all in one location. I mean, I'm one of those old school people that I like the hard copies of everything. So I mean, I want to have notebooks, and I want to have the hard paper, and I still do that. But you have to have it in, to your point, a one location in a project manager, because you have other people on your team that need access to that information. And here's the thing is, so Kathy, you're you, but there's going to be a time when there's going to be a whole lot more people that need to know exactly what you need to know. And it's easier to plan for that at the very beginning, and then you can grow faster. Because if you don't plan for it at the very beginning, it really does slow you down. So I know a lot of times you might be thinking, well, gosh, I'm just one person. I don't even have really a big team yet, or I don't even have a team of people that are assisting me on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. But wouldn't you like to? Because then you could serve more people. You know, then you could go and do the philanthropic things that you want to go do, because you would free up your time. You know, when you think about it, you think about your business. How much time do you spend just working in it, where you're doing those daily tasks that really other people could do? A lot.
Oh, a lot.
Right.
Or at least thinking about not doing it.
Right. Right. Kathy's like, I know I need to get it done, but I'm just not.
We'll talk.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, and this is the thing is, you've got such a gift. You think about the people that you have impacted. And, you know, one of the things that I do, and that Amanda's really helped me as well, is getting testimonies from all of the people that you have impacted in a rich way. You know, people tell you, but who is making sure that they're getting those testimonies, and then they're putting all those testimonies, and you need video testimonials as well. So you've got written and you've got video testimonials, and just the power of that one thing being in one place that you can use to promote your business and your gift and everything that you do. That's what's so powerful. You know, it's things like that. That's why when I said, oh, look, I'm going to try Kathy out here as a co-host today, because you're like everybody else. I mean, so many people are in this position, and I don't think people, you know, they know they need help, but they don't know who or where they need to go to get that help. So what's another thing you help people do?
Just helping them realize they can let things go. They don't have to do everything themselves.
Right. I mean, and that's hard. Look at Kathy. Kathy's over. Let's get a close up on Kathy.
I bought business cards at, Staples or Office something, and she said, ma'am, you can just reorder these online. And I said, are you kidding me? You're my staff. You come in. Yes, Mrs. Kilpatrick, it's right here. Right away, Mrs. Kilpatrick. That's wonderful. So there's something to the flesh, touching somebody.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Right, exactly. No, of everything that you have on your plate, Kathy, if there was one thing or two things that you said, you know what, I would be 100% happy giving that task up, what would that be?
Oh, I already did it. I found a bookkeeper. She's talk about geeking out about something. She said, "Oh, can I do that for you?"
Exactly.
I'd be happy for you to do that and make me happy, but it made my CPA very happy.
I know. Now, do you do any of that, Amanda?
I don't specialize in bookkeeping, but I help people look for those people that specialize in that certain
Because
area.
that's listen, and I'm not going to lie, that's not my strength either. It is not my strength. If my husband's watching right now, he will tell you, I said, look, I can make money and I can make money and I can make money because I love people and I love serving people. And I'm the person that says yes, and I'll figure a way. I'll figure out how to do it. And I do figure out how to do it because I always know that there is a right and a smart way to do something. I don't know about y'all, but there are people that I will watch, and they have to do everything the hardest way known to man. And I'm just thinking, why are you doing it? Why are you making it so hard? Why are you making it so hard? But typically they make it so hard because they're trying to do everything themselves. So I don't do everything myself, but that's one of those areas where as you're going through this, our goal is that you have the most success in your life. Our goal is that you do find what you are passionate about. And our goal is whether it's somebody that needs to release things, because to me there's three pillars of development. There's personal development, there's professional development, and there's legacy development. And in personal development, it not only is it growing you as a person, but if you do have injuries, if you do have hurt, if you are carrying around grief and pain, you got to purge that pain. So you've got people that they can't even think about getting involved with what Amanda's doing right now because they're at a place where they are stuck mentally and emotionally. But then we're going to help you get past that, and we're going to help you really start to organize your business in the manner that you need to organize it so you can work on just your greatness and what only you can do. I mean, anybody that's really successful will tell you, you're going to start to not only have more success, but more fulfillment when you figure out what it is that only you can do, and then get other people to do all the other things that you need help doing. So I think you've got, are we on step 2 or step 3 on our little slides? Step 2. Let's go to that second one. Systems. Tell us about systems, girl.
So you need to choose a system that, well, first of all, if you're just starting out in business, you don't need a system like Infusionsoft
Right,
to work
no
with,
doubt.
because that's like the Rolls Royce of sales and marketing. But you need to find systems that work with you and that'll grow with you.
But so this is something really big, because I mean, basically, and I'm not going to even pretend to know everything that Infusionsoft does. I just have it because when I started, I was far enough along in my journey that the people that I worked with from our branding said, you got to have Infusionsoft because you're going big or you're going home. I mean, that's just how I am. And hey, we live in Texas, right? So
Yes.
we live in Texas. How many of you are the same way? You go big or you go home. I do that in everything in my life. But, how does a person know the best system to get for where they are at that point in their lives, in their business?
Well, that's one thing I walk through with them within the 90-day period. Sometimes they don't know. Sometimes they have systems, but they're not working for them, and they're paying so much for that one system. that
Right.
It's just like
And they're not
overwhelming.
and the system's not doing anything for
Yes.
them. What system do you use, Kathy?
Oh.
Do you use a system?
I'm
Like a CRM, anything? Kathy.
no, it's a spreadsheet.
Okay, all right, but I mean, honestly, there's a lot of people. We didn't.
Have I been redeemed?
No, you're amazing, Kathy. You're amazing.
It can be hired out.
Yes, but so you help them and you walk through and you get a system. And what are some of the tasks that this system needs to be able to do?
One thing, definitely, a lot of people, they live in their inbox. That's the first thing they check in the morning.
Right.
So integrating like a project management system, for example, helps them get out of their inbox. I recommend people looking at the project management system even before checking their email, because you could spend all day just checking and checking and checking email.
Well, one of the things that's really cool, have you ever read the book, The 4-Hour Workweek? Okay, now, I love that book, but one of his recommendations, the author, Tim Ferriss, his recommendation is you decide 2 times during the day that you're going to check your email, and that's it. And it could be at first thing in the morning or right before you go to bed. It could be 11 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. But you decide, instead of allowing your email and your inbox to dictate when you're looking at your emails.
That's good.
No, you decide 1 or 2 times of the day. But here's the next step too. When you really start getting into systems and you really start getting automized and understand the importance of your time, you start to tell people, I only check my email twice a day at 11 and 4 p.m. I only check it once a day. This is what I do. You start to teach people how you operate, and then people know,
That's
if I'm
good.
going to get in touch with Jen's via email, these are the times that I need to, or she's not going to get back to me until those
Yeah.
times.
No, that's
I mean,
good.
one of the things I say all the time, and I don't know if this is good or not, Amanda, you can tell me, but I am real time. I mean, if somebody texts me, they're going to get a response quicker than my inbox. I mean, I'm not big, and I
Yes.
apologize for that. I'm not big in my inbox, and I'm not. I mean, I've got everything in a project manager, but I'm not good about looking at that on a daily basis.
But it's good. It protects your boundaries.
Exactly.
You have to have them.
You got to have the boundaries. Okay,
Yes.
so let's go to the third point. So if you're overwhelmed when you don't stay
Yeah,
on.
you don't stay on top of your game.
So follow and check out top people in your niche. You know what? Let's talk about this for a little bit. Explain what people need to be doing here, Amanda.
So a good thing to start off is perusing social media. Like if you're a professional coach, you want to peruse your specific niche, like on Instagram.
Right.
You look for those specific hashtags.
Right. And see whatever, you just go look and see what everybody's doing. And, you know, and if they're doing something that you like, you just copy it. That's all you got to do. You just say, you know what? I like what they're doing. You know, this is cool. Or you say, you know what? That doesn't really resonate with me, and I don't think I want to do that. But really understanding what your competition is doing, that competitive analysis is really important. But you have to have that already set and have somebody help you, because I know you can get lost in social media, folks. I mean, honestly. You can get lost. I do that. That's sometimes why I'll be up until 2:00 in the morning or 3:00 in the morning, because I won't do my social media until late at night. A lot of times, because I'm so busy during the day, and then I can't get off of it.
Oh,
You know.
so let me add one little note to that. I thought that was really good. Like know what you should be doing and getting ideas, but not getting too far outside of your boundaries, and then having boundaries. I had a client tell me, I can't even remember the details, but she said, "Oh no, you can't do that. You need to be here with us. You need to help more people doing this." And I thought, wow,
You do.
I didn't need a coach to tell me that. My client told me that.
Well,
and
you do.
It just resonated with me completely, and I said, "You're absolutely right." I stepped just a little bit out, and she got panicky that I wouldn't be around for her.
Right. But I mean, but that's I think one of the important topics that we're discussing here is you meet amazing people like Kathy, and you meet other amazing people that you see their gifts and you see their talents, and you don't want them to get burned out, number one, and you want those people and yourself, you want to be serving more people, and you can't serve more people if you're doing everything. I think that's probably the biggest message that what we're talking about. So what's another thing that gets people overwhelmed in their business? Because I know I mean, I'm telling you, we could talk all day about this.
Oh my gosh, we could.
Yeah.
You're awesome, Amanda. Tell us more.
Okay, so some people, they don't know how to outsource. Some people outsource to virtual assistants like overseas, but they don't know how to look for that specific virtual assistant for that specific task.
Right. And so again, you're not a virtual assistant, but you can help people outsource all the different tasks that they are in need of.
Right.
And I'm sure one of the really cool things is I've just got to give a shout out to eWoman Network, because we are all involved in eWoman Network. And eWoman Network it's a global organization. And I actually here in Dallas am the executive managing director for eWoman Network. And one of the things I love so much about that organization is we've got, I mean, you walk in the room and one of our meetings, we literally, there's somebody there for almost every need that you have, and that saves you time. And it's also a community. It's a beautiful community, and it's the first place I go when I need assistance. I go to our eWoman Network community, and if we don't have someone here locally, because it is a global organization, we've got somebody. And a lot of work can be virtual. You can get a lot of assistance virtually. I mean, I know a lot of people that's really how they do their whole business. Now, can you do anything virtually, or are yours, you have to be one?
Once I've established the client and I know them well, I do
Zoom?
Well, yeah, I can do some kind of video where, because what happened was a different client, but the second I stepped foot at the airport, I get 2 phone calls. I need to see you today, and emergency, and okay, I need a way to speak to you. So we may have a brief session, or at least just calm somebody off the cliff a little bit.
Right.
And this way, it helps me to be in touch with you if you can't come and see me in my office, or even meet me somewhere where we can talk.
Yeah, because that's a really neat thing about you is I know that you will you
I will
come-
hunt you down.
she will come to you, folks. She will come to you if she needs to. But I just think that's so awesome. And when you free up the time with the online business manager, you have more time to go and meet with your clients and do the
Well,
things that you
sometimes
do.
that's the only way you're going to get the whole family together or the couple together
Right.
or the children together. I mean, I've had 8 people in my office where you just, because it's just so, it's not just, it's exponential.
Right,
With
right.
the
Oh, yeah.
information you're going to get.
And one of the things, because I think we have one more point
Oh,
with
sorry.
your stuff. No, but before we get there, I do want to ask this question. Because when, is it the same, is every session that you do the same? I mean, you do
No.
the same tapping, the same places?
Never.
No, never?
Never.
Okay.
That was one little piece
Okay.
where we do so much. so
Okay,
many-
all
In
right.
fact, maybe
That's just the
we
way my
can,
brain works. I'm like, you're going
I
to do
could
a
do
session
that
on
for
me.
you.
You are.
Yes.
You're going to do that session
maybe
on
we
me.
could do it here, Ziggy.
I know. We can do that.
Can
We're
we
gonna-
video something here?
Yeah, we will. There's no doubt about it. Okay, so go back to. I think we have one. Is not we?
Just
we
did
did this
that.
one.
Outsource.
Do we have it?
Not.
I
what is
think
it?
we
Not
did do
making
that
an
one.
outsourcing plan.
No,
Oh.
you did that one, but it has 2 mistakes on that slide.
Yeah, the bottom. Not outsourcing
Mistake
plan.
number 2 is not having an outsourcing plan.
Yes.
Oh,
So sometimes when people hire like a virtual assistant or when they outsource, they don't exactly, like the virtual assistant doesn't know what to do.
Uh-huh.
And that's why it's important to have a plan step by step telling them what to do.
Yes.
And you do this in the project management system.
Yeah, I think that's important too because I know with my communications strategist, she has a communication plan, but my IT team is the one that executes the plan. Because that's the thing is, IT people are amazing. Like I tell people all the time, even with your website, you want to start your website. So you open a business. And, whether it's a brick and mortar business, whether you're a solo entrepreneur, whatever the situation is, you got to have a website. I mean, that's what you do. So you need a creative person and you need an IT person. And I always say too, is you also need an overall business person that's helping you with the complete strategy. I mean, you really do. There's a lot of assistance that you need, but you've got to grow and have people meet you where you are, and so you can continue to grow and get bigger and bigger. So I don't want it to scare anybody to think, oh my gosh, I've got to be a millionaire before I start. You don't, but you've got to be with the right people and be advised in the right way to do things.
Right.
Now, do we have one more slide or anything else? Because I'm telling you, we're getting close to running out of time over here. So you've got a 90-day standard operating procedure guide and a checklist. Let's go over this real quickly.
Okay, so like I said, I work with clients in a 90-day period. It takes about 12 weeks to go through everything. The first week we go through gathering logins and everything. By the 3rd week, we're looking at their sales funnel, seeing where the clients are coming in, where they're going out.
Right.
And then the rest, it's just
There's a
building
lot
onto
to it.
that.
I mean, there's
Yeah.
a lot to it. And let me ask you this, because I don't know, Kathy, if you've got this question, but here's one of my questions. Are you completely finished with them in 90 days, or sometimes they're not finished?
Sometimes it takes longer than that, depending on their
Right.
business module, where they're at in their business.
Right. That's what I would think, because listen, 90 days is, you can get a lot done in 90 days, but if you're crazy busy and you've got a lot of stuff going on, I mean, I can see where it would take a longer period of time for people. So are most of the people and your clients that you work with, it's 90 days, 90 days, 90 days, or do you do additional services with people?
Yeah, I do additional services like building out sales funnels, Infusionsoft, and getting that set up if they want to have that set up. If their business is ready for that.
Right. If their business is ready for that. Kathy, what do you think? What do you think?
we can talk.
Yeah. We can talk. We
That's
can talk.
great.
Well, every week, to the best of my ability, there are two other segments that I love to do. And one is the Ask Jens, and one is Laughter is the Best Medicine, for a couple reasons. And Kathy, I want you to share how important laughter is to you. And this is one of the reasons why I just want to be around her so much, because we share a belief that laughter is so important, because not only is it it's just something that fills your soul with goodness, but there is a physiological positive impact that happens when you laugh. And Kathy literally said, Jens, I want to come on your show because I want to share a personal story about how laughter got me through a difficult time. So share with us, Kathy.
Well, I told you we had lost our son. He was 6 years old. That was very traumatic. And we just couldn't get out of our grief. I had a younger child who still needed to have parents and grow up and have Christmas. And it was just so traumatizing. And it was just going on, and we couldn't seem to get out of it. And I remember crying out and saying, we need to inject funny. We need to inject laughter. And at the time, I was working at home, and I had this TV something on, and America's Funniest Videos came on, and it was like a marathon. Like, as soon as I cried out, there was this funniness, and as soon as I spent, I don't know how many shows I watched, and then my daughter got off the bus, and I said, we are watching this. We'll get a snack, we'll sit on the floor, we're going to watch funny. My husband came home from work, and I said, honey, we're going to watch this. And he thought I had lost it for sure. We're all sitting there snorting, laughing so hard, belly laughing. And every day we said we were going to make a laughter happen in that house because we had so much grief. And then when I saw your podcast, I said, she has no idea. That touched me, and I have never told anybody that. But when you said, we need laughter, I said, you have no idea how much you need laughter.
Oh, you do.
That saved us.
It's one of those things where I think people, when you're in a place of grief, you're in a place where you just... life can be very challenging, and it can be very difficult, and sometimes you feel alone, or maybe you're dealing with depression or anxiety or self-belief that you've got negative self-talk and all this stuff. But if you'll just stop and go listen to something funny, and if you've got friends that are silly and just hysterical, call them up and just say, I need you to help make me laugh. There are so many physiological positive benefits to that. And I think it really does. It's a strategy. Laughter is a strategy to get you through the hard times. And this week we don't have a Laughter is the Best Medicine video because I wanted Kathy to share that story, because I think that's even more important. But because we don't have one during the show, I'm going to put one in the comments box. Okay.
Ooh,
so just realize, and I think I'm going to have Kathy put one, and I'll have Amanda put one too. So you'll get three for the price of one. But we are going to close with our Ask Jens question. And this is something that our viewers will send in questions. I've got clients that I work with. I've got a lot of people that I engage with on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. And I've got people that ask me questions all the time. And I'll say, hey, send me that question. I usually say, message me that question, text me that question. And here's our Ask Jens question for today. When you have a choice of pathways for your business, how do you choose the correct one? Well, number one, you have to realize that what a decision does is it moves you forward. Sometimes decisions aren't always the right decision, but you can't worry if it's the right decision or the wrong decision. You've just got to make a decision. Prior to making that decision, I recommend that you get with a business advisor and go with your gut, and then don't be afraid to make the decision. If it's not the right decision, you will figure out, you'll redirect, you'll keep moving forward. So that's my advice to you. Do you ladies have any additional advice you'd like to add?
Last week you had Amanda Kaufman on, and she has the philosophy, you are the CEO of your company, of your life for that matter. And
right.
you make the decision. You don't have anything but the facts you have in front of you. Use that to the best of your ability, and don't worry about what you don't know.
Exactly. Just make a decision. Amanda, you have anything to add?
Do it afraid.
Uh-huh.
Do
I love
everything
that.
afraid.
Do everything afraid. And you know what?
Wow.
That is exactly the reason for our show. When you are acting bolder, you are going to be afraid. You are going to be scared. And that's when you know that you are doing something that you really should be doing because you're afraid to do it. That's all there is to it. So, Amanda, I love what you said. Do it afraid.
That's good.
So
That's
with that, we want to I just say thank you so much, Kathy. You're amazing. Amanda, you're amazing. So appreciate you both. And if you want to get more information about how you can get in touch with either of these fabulous ladies or myself, we will give you all of our information in the comment box. If anything we said today touched you, it helped you, if you know somebody that this could help, please share it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, jensjohnson.com, and let us know topics or people that you would like us to discuss or meet with so we can help you become the best version of you. Until we meet again, be big, be bold, and be you. Bye-bye.